All right, we got this. Welcome. I am Joshua Lisec, the Ghostwriter. I am joined by the only quit porn strategist who goes by King David on Twitter. King, how is it going today, Mr. Masculinity Influencer? Glad to be here with you.
It's going great, man. I've been looking forward to our conversation for a long time.
Sweet, sweet. Well, here today, we are coming together to discuss how you have been able to grow what many would consider a really niched service out of something that a lot of people have, and breaking addictions and releasing vices is very common nowadays. A lot of people are giving up alcohol, or giving up this, or giving up that. Things that have power over them. We're taking back our power, our personal sovereignty. There's a lot of people who want to stop looking at girly pictures on the interwebs. And apparently there's a service for that. So tell us, what is it that you do, King David, for people? How do you help them release this vice?
To summarize what I do in the shortest way possible, I help people rewire their subconscious mind to eliminate the urge to watch porn and replace it with the urge to essentially become a better man. That's the easiest way to summarize it. Then there's emotional work and chemical work that goes into that, but that's the easiest way to summarize it.
And that is very valuable, very valuable. Anytime you are effectively transforming a person's identity, people pay a lot of money for that because it works. Because it works. It's not just stop doing it. It's becoming the sort of person who doesn't want to do this anymore. Identity transformation. People pay a lot of money for that. So tell us, what is your service like? People find you online, you work with them, you consult with them.
So the way that it works is I offer a 31-day quit porn mastery program where I help men end their porn addiction in 30 days or less. And people find me through my Twitter. Oftentimes what happens is I write a banger, and then below there's a link to my landing page. People look at the landing page, they go to an application, schedule a call to work with me, and then they start working with me.
And this short and effective funnel is what has brought us together today to talk about this.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I have some copywriting and persuasion material out there online that you've come across and you have used to great effect to grow your business. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I first started following you. I think it was probably like May of 2020. We interacted DM conversations way then, and then you created The Best Way to Say It, and that was one of those money Twitter courses that I saw, and I knew, like, okay, I have to have this in my digital arsenal of know-how to build my business. And ever since going through The Best Way to Say It, I remember messaging you after I bought it, and I was like, dude, I've gone through like 15 minutes of this course, and I've already feel like I've gotten the value from the money that I spent out of it. At that point in time, the $99 that I invested in your course was a lot of money for me. That was a lot of money for me. So I started with The Best Way to Say It. And then ever since then, every other info product that you've released, I've bought, I've ingested, I've absorbed, I've let it rewire my subconscious mind. And then once you came out with the Best Way newsletter and a very specific issue that you wrote, The Best Way to Copyright It, read that, and that changed the game for me as far as my copywriting abilities have gone, and even changed the way that I help people quit porn too.
How so? Particularly let's start with the latter. How does it help the way you've changed your coaching and your services?
The biggest thing, one of the key principles that I've started to instill in my clients is the concept of replace the fantasy of watching porn with the fantasy of living porn free. So directly targeting the subconscious mind and changing what they want, because if they can see it, they want it, they take action to it, and then they manifest it.
That's right.
Because I applied that concept to the copywriting, and I was like, well, if it works so well with the copywriting, get that in the program.
So how do you know it's worked well for copywriting? What results have you seen? I presume you've rewritten the Quit Porn Mastery, basically sales copy for your pitch.
Right. So I had the first landing page that I created. I think I launched it early November 3rd or November 4th. I signed on my first client as a result of that first iteration of my landing page on November 8th. And then I continued to use that landing page clear until February 3rd. That was the last time I signed on a client with that copy. And that was based off of what I had learned from you, predominantly through like The Best Way to Say It and any little exchanges that we've had throughout that period of time. That got me, or I earned right around 20K from that, from November 8th, 2021 to February 3rd, 2022. And then I had a little bit of a low period where I started to like, oh no, I have to, which you coincidentally released the issue, The Best Way to Copyright It. And then I realized, oh man, there's so much that I can do to change my copy. So I revamped my copy according to the what you taught in that issue. And then since then, I have made the same amount of money in a 1 month period with the new copy that I made with the entirety of using the old copy. So from March 12th, 2022 to April 11th, 2022, I have made the exact same amount in a much shorter period of time. One of those weeks, I made 10K in a week, in a single week. That felt pretty good. That felt pretty good.
Awesome.
No
Was that your
thanks
first
to
10K
your work.
week?
Yeah, that was my first 10K week.
Wow, that is phenomenal. That's phenomenal. And to be clear, it's not like you have been paying for advertising or traffic or
No, it's
something else. It's the same
all of
thing.
my it's been all organic. I've never paid for retweets. I've never paid for ad spends or anything. I've written tweets, other people have retweeted it, and they say, hey, let me check out this landing page. They read the landing page and then they're like, oh, well, shoot, this is the guy for the job, the world's only quit porn strategist. Who better than to help you live porn free? And then we start working together.
Wonderful, wonderful. So this is an interesting case study because it's different from so many others that you'll see, especially the ones that people will market. They'll say, "Hey, my funnel made someone $100,000. Hire me to write your six-figure sales page or whatever." But what they leave out is they spent $110,000 on ads. They leave that
Right.
part out. So they lost 10K. They leave that part out. But in this case, it's like we are controlling for anything else, meaning you did nothing else except for rewrite the page. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you've gotten those results. I'm glad that effectively the best way to copyright it is it's applied hypnosis. It's teaching the principles of altering someone's subconscious mind, beliefs, desires, their identity itself, without them necessarily having to do anything, really. And it works for sales copy. It works for giving up an addiction, deciding to do something differently, and completely changing your life. So it works. It's working for you. It's working for them. It's working for everybody. So thank you so much, King David, the world's only quit porn strategist, for joining me today. Any last thoughts or tips or anything else that you picked up from Best Way newsletters?
Best Way newsletters. I look forward to all the new issues, man. I think I still need to read The Best Way to Ghostwrite It. I started that while on vacation, but anything else that I have to say, I don't know, man. I mean, if there's you're the go-to. You are the ghostwriter. So I've learned an awful lot, and I have nothing but high praise to give you. And thank you so much.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and end it here.